It was a little past midnight when your phone buzzed on the nightstand, the screen lighting up your dimly lit room. You squinted at the name on the screen, Jungkook. Your heart skipped a bit. Jungkook and you had been dating for a few months. And while you cherished every moment with him, tonight felt different. You answered the call, pressing the phone to your ear. Hey, you greeted softly, trying to keep the worry out of your voice. Are you okay? There was a brief pause before he responded. I am at the bar near your place. He slurred, his voice unsteady. Can I come over? Of course, I will come get you. Just wait there, okay? You quickly threw on a jacket over your pajamas and slipped a pair of sneakers. The bar he mentioned was only a few blocks away, but you didn't want him walking alone in the state as you made your way down the quiet streets. When you arrived at the bar, you spotted Jungkook sitting on the chair, his head hanging low, his usual bright eyes were clouded, and his hair was disheveled. Your heart ached seeing him like this. You approached him slowly. Hey Jungkook, let's go home, you said gently, kneeling down beside him. He looked up at you, his eyes softening with recognition. I'm sorry, he mumbled, struggling to get to his feet. I didn't mean to, I just... You whispered, slipping your arm around his waist to support him. It's okay, let's talk about it later. The walk back to your apartment was slow, with Jungkook leaning heavily on you to support. He mumbled incoherent apologies and half-formed sentences, and you could tell he was trying to explain, but his drunken state made it difficult. You guided him inside. Once you both were inside, you helped him to the couch, where he collapsed with a heavy sigh. You grabbed a glass of water and handed it to him, watching as he took small sips. Thank you. I didn't know who else to call. You don't have to thank me. I'm just glad you are safe. He replied, sitting down beside him. He looked up at you. I had a rough day. Things just got out of hand. I was with the guys and we had a few drinks. Okay, maybe more than a few, but all I could think about was you. You nodded, reaching out to take his hand in yours. Do you want to talk about it? He shook his head slowly. Not really. I missed you. I was surrounded by friends, but all I wanted was to see you. You squeezed his hands gently. I am here for you always. He leaned back against the couch, his eyes half closed. Being with the guys is great, but it's not the same. I feel whole when I am with you. That's why I came here. His words, though slurred, were filled with sincerity. You could see the raw emotion in his eyes, and it made your heart ache in the best possible way. I am glad you did. You can always come to me no matter what. I missed you so much, Ryan. He mumbled, reaching out to grab your hand. I missed you too, Jungkook. You know you are the best, like really, really the best. You couldn't help but laugh at his drunken state. He pulled you down next to him on the couch, resting his head on your shoulder. You know what I love the most about you? What's that? Everything, he said, nuzzling into your neck. You are kind, funny, and you always take care of me, even when I'm drunk and silly. You kissed on top of his head, feeling a surge of affection for this talented, hard-working man who also had such a sweet, vulnerable side. And I love everything about you too, Jungkook. He giggled a sound so pure and childlike that it made your heart melt. You are my favorite person in the world. His voice muffled against your neck. You are my favorite person too. You said, running your fingers through his hair. Okay, let's go to the bedroom. You said, helping him up again. In the bedroom, you helped Jungkook out of his shoes and jacket. He flopped onto the bed, sighing deeply. You pulled the covers over him, brushing the hairs out of his eyes. You are too good to me, he mumbled, reaching to your hand. You smiled, sitting on the edge of the bed. You would do the same for me. He tugged at your hand and you lay down beside him. He wrapped his arms around you, holding you close. I'm sorry for getting drunk, he said with a cute pout. It's okay, just rest now, you said, kissing his forehead. The next morning, sun filtered softly through the curtains, casting a gentle glow over the bedroom. Jungkook was still asleep beside you, his face peaceful. You slipped out of bed carefully, not wanting to wake him, and went to the kitchen quietly. You set a pot of strong coffee, the rich aroma filling the air. You prepared a simple breakfast, hoping it might help Jungkook feel better. As the coffee finished brewing, you poured a steaming mug and placed it on the table just as you heard footsteps behind you. Jungkook appeared in the doorway, rubbing his eyes. His eyes light up when he saw you. Morning. Morning, how are you feeling? You replied, smiling softly. He signed and took a seat at the table, gratefully accepting the mug of coffee. Like my head is about to explode, thanks for the coffee, he said, taking a cautious sip. You sat beside him, watching as he took another sip and closed his eyes for a moment, savoring the warmth of the drink. So what happened last night? You asked gently, not wanting to press too hard but needing to understand. Jungkook opened his eyes and looked at you. It was just a tough night. Work's been really stressful lately. I thought a few drinks with members would help, but I guess I overdid it. You reached out and squeezed his hand. It's okay to have tough times, Jungkook. You don't have to handle everything on your own. He nodded slowly, his gaze dropping to the table. I know, it's just sometimes it feels like there is so much pressure, To always be perfect, to never mess up. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be you. And if you ever need to talk, I'm always here. He looked up at your eyes with gratitude. Thank you, Ian. I don't know what I would do without you. You smiled, leaning in to kiss his cheeks. You don't have to find out. You both sat together in comfortable silence for some time, sipping coffee. You pushed the breakfast towards him. Eat something, it will help. He took a bite, nodding appreciatively. This is exactly what I needed. You are a lifesaver. You chuckled softly, just doing my job as your girlfriend. As you both finished your breakfast, the tension in Jungkook's face slowly began to ease. The coffee and food seemed to be helping.